Okay, so we just have a couple of slides left in Chapter 1. Objective 7 explains ubiquitous computing and convergence. As part of ubiquitous computing, embedded computing will be covered, along with examples of how convergence is impacting our lives. So ubiquitous computing, or ubicomp, occurs when technology fades into the background and is unseen. Embedded computers are considered ubiquitous because they are found in many of our everyday mechanisms, such as wireless devices, traffic signals, washing machines, and automobiles, just to name a few examples. The Internet of Things, and you will be hearing a lot about this if you haven't already, just refers to the connection of the physical world to the Internet. So many of our devices, so many of our appliances, our TVs, all different sorts of things are now connecting to the Internet. So Internet of Things was the phrase that was coined to describe that. If you've ever seen someone glance down at their watch, and their watch had a screen instead of physical hands, then you've seen the Internet of Things firsthand. Or if you've ever read an article about driverless cars, then you've read about the Internet of Things too. The odd-sounding phrase, the Internet of Things, or IoT, is just a catch-all for anything, like a bike, a watch, a thermostat, a car, anything that wasn't connected to the Internet before, but now is. Much of the time, those devices are used to collect and analyze data, like a fitness tracker that sends your workout information to your phone. And sometimes all of that data is analyzed so that a system can be automated. Some cars can communicate with an Internet of Things thermostat and turn the air conditioning down in your home as you get closer to home. Okay? But generally speaking, if you add an internet connection to something so you can control it or get data from it, then it's part of the Internet of Things. The convergence or integration of technology and multifunction devices like smartphones has accustomed us to carrying technology with us. You no longer need to carry around several different devices because convergence devices now incorporate cell phones, personal information management tools, email, web browsing, document editing, MP3 players, cameras, GPS, games, and much, much more. In some parts of the world, there are more mobile phones than there are people, and this has resulted in the rapid development of technologies such as mobile payment systems. In many cases, mobile phones have replaced personal computers. Green computing. So you may have heard this term, you may not have. All it's referring to is the efficient and eco-friendly use of computers and other electronics. Smart homes and smart appliances help save energy and are great for the environment. Smart appliances make use of the smart grid, which is a network for delivering electricity to consumers that includes communication technology to manage electricity distribution efficiently. Smart devices monitor signals from the electric company, from the smart grid. When the electric grid is stressed, so maybe in a big city, maybe you're in Los Angeles or New York City and there's a brownout, okay? These smart devices are monitoring all these signals, this information that's coming from the smart grid. And when the smart grid says, hey, I'm getting very stressed here, I'm having a lot of pressure put on me, the smart devices react by cutting back on their power consumption. Okay, so I think this is very amazing technology and great as far as energy conservation, energy efficiency, etc. Okay. Another part of green computing includes recycling. So as things become outdated, as things break, if you go to the thrift store or wherever, you see a big giant pile of those big monitors we had in the early 90s. Okay, people don't use that stuff anymore. It usually gets tossed into the dump, where it then leaches all sorts of toxic chemicals into the ground. Okay, and so it's really important that we recycle as much as we can. These big plastic machines that we have all kinds of not so great for the environment stuff in them. And so if you can, make sure you recycle your computer. People will take it from you. Maybe you pay them $5 and they'll make sure it gets broken down in appropriate pieces and things go where they need to go, and you help do your part for the planet. So normally I would ask you for any questions. I was just very tempted to. We'll have a discussion post up for Chapter 1 if you do have questions. And I also encourage you to read others' questions and answer them. So I'd like for you to please do Homework 1. Homework 1 you can find at the end of Chapter 1 if you're using the book. If not, I will be posting Homework 1 on D2L, so you can go and grab it from there and then submit it to me via Dropbox. Right now, that's the only way I'm going to be accepting any homework. Okay, let's keep this online. Let's use the tools that are available to us. So please do the multiple choice, the true, false, and the fill in the blank questions located at the end of Chapter 1. So I'll see you for Chapter 2.